Design 1.
We have created a shelter that includes suction tubes, crop growth, a shower, a toilet, desk/control panel, a fold-out bed, oxygen and carbon dioxide tubes,
solar panelled heater, non-radiating walls, non-radiating glass, hot and cold water openings to sustain life on Mars. Our design is functional, inhabitable and fashionable. Our most important feature is the oxygen and carbon dioxide generator.
So Addie, how does it work?
Our machine includes 2 tubes, the oxygen and carbon dioxide tube. Through the oxygen tube, when the carbon dioxide goes through the tube, it generates into oxygen. This will help us by keeping the spacesuit off us. If we don't have oxygen, we have to keep our spacesuit on.
Included in our shelter are suction tubes.
So how does it work, Alea?
Suction tubes are all on the sides of the shelter. The suction tubes are used to suck our shelter to the ground of Mars. Because there is no growth on Mars, we don't have the tubes on our design. If we don't have the tubes on our design, that it will float away.
Design 2.
Welcome to the Dome of Life. There is a veggie patch for you, all the people who will use to eat, as eating is our source to survive on Mars.
You will also see a shower because the shower is good for hygiene and is an essential object if you want a nice shelter. A shelter is a very important part of this project too.
If you turn from the shower, you will see a stove and a microwave so that you can cook your food two different ways. And the blue box is an esky to make your food cold if you want.
Last, the box with buttons is an air generator so you can breathe. It sucks in the Mars air and shoots out air we can breathe. This is the Dome of Life. Bye.
Design 3.
This is our dome that stores plants in a sustainable way that will help the environment. Our water comes from a little fire in the dome that creates steam for the crops to grow. It also sucks in the atmosphere from Mars, then produces O2 from a filter. We have shelter to protect the brittle dome. We have made a titanium barrier that protects the dome when Mars hits strong winds. It is a sustainable barrier that uses solar panels. It is automatic, so when it does hit strong winds, you can put it over when you want. And when the sun gets hot and it hits radiation, it will protect you. It grows crops at nighttime when the sun goes down. We also have a solar panel light in there so we can grow while it's night. It also has time to grow as well as night like day.
I hope you have liked our presentation about our design that will bring us one step closer to living on Mars in the future. Once again, I hope you liked our presentation on Mars. Thank you.
Design 4.
Our shelter is called Sparky House 2.0. This will support your life because it's shelter, one of the 5 things you need to live on Mars. At the front of the Sparky House 2.0, there is a heater. This will warm you up because Mars is an extremely cold planet. It has a well-being room. In it, there is a gigantic tube full of toys and devices to help you stay positive. Also, in the well-being room, there are boxes that are full of oxygen so you can breathe. On the left side, there is a gigantic box full of rations to last you 200 sols. Next to that, there is a bunch of computers to help communicate with NASA, and on top of them, we have 2 satellites. Next to that are a bunch of water bottles in the box. On the right of that, there is a planting area. This is where you plant your plants, but in that cabinet is some manure, soil and seeds. The walls and roof of the car and house is made out of titanium and inside has plastic.
There is a car attached to the house and it has air that sucks them together, but when you want to leave the car, it disattaches to the house and can drive off. There are 2 boxes at the back of the vehicle that have supplies in them, like samples and whatever you need to travel, and the other 2 boxes at the front are full of rations so that the person, if they get stranded, they can eat. There are 2 rectangles connected. These are seats so you can sit on, and at the front are 2 lights so that when you're driving you can see clearer. And at the bottom are 4 wheels. These are like a 4-wheel drive. This is the Spiky House 2.0.
Design 5.
This is the multi-purpose drone, or the MPD for short.
The multi-purpose drone will support astronauts during their expedition on Mars.
One of the most helpful things the MPD can do is be remote controlled from the astronaut's safe enclosure while they look through the cameras at the front of the MPD.
One very important part of the MPD is its ability to grow crops safely. This will be helpful because astronauts can grow food without it dying.
On the side of the MPD, you'll see 3 capsules. The first and most obvious one is the rectangular prism, which holds all the water that the MPD collects. The 2 other cylinders are for 2 other things, which are fertilizer and seeds.
The MPD collects fertilizer and water through the 2 sucker arms at the front of the MPD and collects seeds from dead fruit.
The MPD turns Mars soil into fertilizer by mixing crushed fruit and vegetable skins with Mars soil.
The rockets on the sides enable the MPD to move around Mars.
Therefore, the MPD will be able to do things that the astronauts on Mars couldn't do otherwise.